And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have game number 1 of A&D versus Cats. So we're going to take a look in here and see what we got. For the side of A&D, Elbing, Vampire, Elbing, Colbert, Annapolis, Petro, Mecklenburg. For the side of Cats, we've got Ragnar, Druid, Elbing, Vampire, Gibraltar, Moskva, and Burgone. Let's see how they're going to bring this out. We'll go to the wide zoom to take a look while we wait and go from there.
Give me freedom or give me death.
So let's see, we're just gonna watch here and see how they space out for the time being, because right now, I don't want to be over aggressive with these calling. We're gonna see how they space this out, because it's always interesting early on to see how it goes. It's always interesting early on to see how it goes. Okay, so as we watch in here, stuff that I'm thinking. First off, neither team bringing a super ship. Not that surprising. You don't want to risk losing a super ship early, because remember, once you lose the super ship, it's out for the tournament. So just the tier 10s. So we're going to track on that, see how it goes from there. Elbing of Mother of Dragon immediately into sea. Gibraltar of La 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 coming forward. Gibraltar, of course, does not have a radar, so it will not be able to catch the Elbing, but it may get into cabin time. I'm not thinking so, though. We'll see how it does as it goes here. So as we move forward here, Vampire, Petra, Mech heading all wide. Mech is an interesting choice as a battleship compared to Burgone. Looks like Cats is going to go for an aggressive play down, a very aggressive play down the 9-10 line, whereas there's a little bit more ship support for the side of A&D towards A. Early fight breaks out. Druid takes 7k. They're looking to try to get more on the Vampire. The Vampire gets away dark and only takes 3,600 damage in return for doing 8k and change to the Druid. So Druid of Cats definitely gets the worst end of the trade. C is now being contested. Gibraltar's in, and here comes the spotting onto the side of A&D here. Annapolis takes a chunk from the Moskva, starts to turn. Burgone's got the reload booster in. Annapolis is dark. Moskva's radar is gone, so there's no shots anymore at the Annapolis. Annapolis starts to farm down the Moskva. Colbert gets chunked. Bogdan takes a 14k salvo from the Moskva, and the Colbert now goes dark. Annapolis radar will catch the Ragnar and the Vampire. And you're going to see the Annapolis guns turning for the... No, he's not. He's going to keep on the Moskva. They've got the Moskva already down 32,000. First heal being used. And there's the B cap, so that'll start to close the gap for the side of Cats. But this Moskva is absolutely getting wrecked. Annapolis radar still has 24 seconds left on it. Gibraltar continuing to deny C. Mecklenburg continuing to back up towards C to keep an eye on that. And the Ragnar took about 3,000 damage. Elbing took a torp, it looks like, judging by the fact he's down to 22,000. We're just now seeing the Petro radar. Oh, and he's lost a torp tube. That Elbing is in major trouble. Early advantage now definitely on the side of A&D. Their Moskva is down. They've got the Moskva down to 13k and dropping quick. 7k, 5k, First blood going to go to the side of A&D here. There goes the Moskva. Elbing of Takbir taking a lot of damage in return. He's trying to get dark, but they're looking to get that kill back. Ragnar does have a radar ready. Takbir looks like he's going to go down. He's trying to not, but he's at 3,900. He does have a DCP. Here comes the radar, the respot, and now comes the attempt to finish him. 3,200. Shells are in, on fire. There's the DCP pop, but there's the deletion from the Burgone. And ladies and gentlemen, Cats strikes back. Problem now is you've lost so much on your Vampire. Vampire's down to 7,800. Ragnar's at 18k. Burgone takes 3 torps and is down to 44,000, and now he's on the farming block. And so, it's a narrow point lead of just 12 right now for the side of A&D. However, they are up almost 100,000 health. And in a single elimination or double elimination tournament, staying high early on is important. Annapolis has been spotted. Shots coming in on the Annapolis. He's down to 30k as the Vampire starts to spot. Annapolis does have 2 heals left. Doesn't have one ready yet. Burgone is readjusting. We'll see if he decides to take the shots. But right now, the Ragnar is just farming the Annapolis and smoke. And he's already got another 5k off since we started talking. Meanwhile, here comes the push at B. The Petro and the Vampire are moving up. Druid is in smoke, and he's going to start to farm the Petro. And this is actually a really nice angle for him to get damage onto this Petro. Shots come in from across the map. Only 4k onto the Petro. Petro starts to angle. Down to 43k and change. He is still taking that AP damage, but Elbing's about to go behind the island, and now that Petro's dark. Gibraltar gets another salvo off. This salvo takes another 3k. And now the Mecklenburg has turned around, and he's pushing forward. He is looking. He's looking for the kill on La La La. And here come the shots. And a massive hit. 17k off of La La La. Ragnar respotted. Shots turning out onto the Ragnar. Elbing getting decent chunk damage on him. Ragnar down to 16k. Does not have a heal left. He's trying to get that Annapolis down. Annapolis doesn't have DCP and is on fire. This Annapolis is very close to being dead. Mixa getting onto the map border to try to protect himself. Ragnar down to 4,000. Annapolis down to 4,200. Shots from the Burgone are in. They just miss. Ragnar still spotted, and Ragnar goes down. Cats loses a second ship, and they are now down all 3 caps with only the Gibraltar preventing it from being the full 3 cap gain and making it a 2 cap gain right now. Annapolis gets away on 4,200 health, and now the Gibraltar is in danger. First shots from the mech go out onto the Burgone, take about 9k off him. Mech going behind the island, but it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. There's just too much control on the side of A&D at this point. Too much control on the side of A&D at this point.
Everything is at stake. The enemy's victory draws near.
And as you hear the announcer say, Alpha's victory does draw near. Gibraltar down to 6,000. He is dark, but how much more damage is he going to take before he gets out of there? Down to 4,700. Oh, and he's respotted. Down to 4,300. He's in a position where he can't get hit. Now that Mecklenburg is taking a lot of damage here, but Gibraltar can't DCP that fire, and he's gone, ladies and gentlemen. That will be the 3rd kill for the side of A&D, and they are just 2 minutes and 18 seconds away from victory in this first game. Burgone tries to get the shots on the Mecklenburg. He can't. Elbing has been driven off of B. This game is over in 2 minutes. Possibly slightly longer because of the Mecklenburg getting farmed. Vampire spotted. Vampire going to try to trade out the mech for him, but he's going to go down at least. Mech down to 9,000 and trying to dodge those torps. Looks like he is going to dodge those torps. How long? He has got the heal going. No, it's going to be tight. Does the mech have the turn? He does have the turn. They get the Elbing, ladies and gentlemen. Brings it down to a minute 28 to victory. There goes the Mecklenburg. Oh! Cats does get a couple back in return. Druid now becomes the focus. It's down to a one-ship advantage because they get both the Elbing and the Mecklenburg. But the problem is they've lost so much. And now the Colbert's just going to farm out its French battleship brother in the Bourgogne. Bourgogne pops the heal. He does have DCP ready. Hasn't used it yet. Down to 28,000. And holding in that 20Ks as that heal comes through. But they're looking for everything they can get on him. Down to 23K. Still no DCP used. Down to 22.8. Going to drop under 20K here in a second. Petro laces in the AP. Shots in. He's down to 20,000. Here comes the Annapolis also coming back into the fight, and that'll bring him under. And the Druid goes down to the Colbert. Bogdan manages to finish off him, give back the two-ship lead, and the Bourgogne is at 8,000 and dropping. He could DCP, but it doesn't matter. The fire goes out. He's down to 2,600. That should be just a couple more Petro shots. Petro takes a look at the Elbing, though. Elbing takes a massive chunk down to 2,000. Here comes the Vampire. Vampire will finish the Elbing, ladies and gentlemen. And that will mean it's just 17 seconds away. And here goes the Bourgogne. The Bourgogne will die. And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, will be the team of A and D. They'll take game one and put themselves up 1-0 in this best of 3.